runs, fails, and those clutch king plays. Laugh so hard we forget the days. Pull up a chair, you're part of the crew. Type in the chat, we're waiting on you. Every new face feels like one of us. Hit that button, come level up. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the fun. We're here for the laughs, not the fame, just the run. Please like and subscribe, comment, share, let it show. Game and Dakota, that's how we grow. Hey, Game and Dakota, that's how we grow. Late night lobby and the squad logs in. Win or lose a match, we still call it a win. Inside jokes rolling with the stream. From one small raid to a big team dream. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the fun. We're here for the laughs, not the fame, just the run. Please like and subscribe, comment, share, let it show. Game and Dakota, that's how we grow. Hey, Game and Dakota, that's how we grow. Not here for the fame, here for the friends. From first time chat to the day it all trends. Every GG, every cheer, every pun. We're here for the fun. We're here for the fun. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the fun. We're here for the laughs, not the fame, just the run. Please like and subscribe, comment, share, let it show. Game and Dakota, that's how we grow. Game and Dakota, that's how we grow. Let's go!
Hello everybody. Dog decided to bark at the right time apparently. Hang on guys. Alright, sorry. Letting the dogs out there. Alright, we are going to continue working on our tunnel here. We're going to continue getting this cavern opened up. That's going to give us more room. We can actually come in here and knock this down to where our hoppers are right here in the center of this. That will kind of open up the opportunity for us to do like a double hopper setup. They're all excited because the wife just got home. Son had to get fillings today, so yummy. Yeah, let's get this cavern opened up. I have not been live in a little while. It has been it's been kind of busy for me. Got a lot going on, but I got a little bit of time before the kids get home from school, and yeah, we're just gonna keep on working on this. And I did kind of get a nap in today, so maybe we can come back later this evening, but I don't want to take any chances. Crying out loud, they still haven't got the barking out. Sorry y'all. Ear-piercing bark they've got. They seem to think they have to bark at everything, so I've somehow got the most vocal dogs I've ever met in my life. But anyway, we may or may not go live again later this evening. We'll see. We'll see.
No kids till like 8. So whatever.
It depends on if I stay awake or not, guys. I've been kind of up and down on sleep a lot here lately. I've been wanting to stream, but my body says sleep. Beast, you don't need 2.5 gallons of water. Go. We're not going to sit here and do this every time I stream. It never fails. Gotta sit there and drink 2.5 gallons of water, man. Go on somewhere. Got hours and hours and hours. Never fails. I go to stream and he's gotta come in here and drink 2.5 gallons of water. I'm sure y'all just really wanted to tune in to listen to a dog lapping water. That was not the title of the stream. I mean, I could set that up if anybody wants to sit there and listen to that. I mean, well, that's not why I came in here. And this is also why it's hard for me to stream throughout the day, because they bark and everything else that's just a distraction from what we're doing. Some of you may not mind, and well, some of you might. I mind it because it's rude and kind of disrespectful. I'm not going to keep them from drinking water, of course, but I mean, come on, man. There's plenty of channels out there you can go to listen to somebody slurping or eating or belching, and this is not one of them. Now, I did stream before while the kids were in school, and that may be another trend that we get into, because I am having to readjust to a daytime schedule, because the time of year it is, I don't get to do the nighttime fun. When I get called to go look at a job or go do a job, I need to be able to leave and go do that. So I can't do that if I'm asleep. And that's what helps support the channel financially. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but you know, I've got to keep the channel going somehow. I pay for subscriptions and all kinds of things, so sometimes that interferes with our streaming. In the winter time, it's not so bad because, well, that's plowing snow, and sometimes that happens anytime. That's not just a daytime thing. I like to do it during the daytime because I can see what I'm doing, versus nighttime. Accidents can happen, but nonetheless, I can go plow snow anytime. The weather is starting to get warmer, it's starting to change. I've had to get ready for severe weather because our storm season is right around the corner. It's starting next week, from what I'm hearing. We're going to have a very, very active season again this year. So part of what I do for a living is storm cleanup. So a lot of things going on. Been doing a lot of advertising, just kind of reminding people what I do and that I'm available, and I'm going to be available when these storms get here. I also help run a storm shelter, so there's a lot going on right now. And we're trying to work on the new house too, so that's an exhausting day right there. Just making that drive, working, and then coming back. So just a lot going on, guys. I want to be here with you. I want to stream and have fun, but unfortunately, as reality has it, this cannot be something that I do full time. You will see me more in the winter times, and you'll probably see me a lot in the spring and even in the fall. But summertime, spring to fall, usually, is when I look to be the busiest. We got a lot going on with the homestead, the business, everything. I do appreciate your support. Nonetheless, I don't want to lose any of y'all, but I'm just letting you know what is going on with me, and we will continue to do what we do. I'll stream when I can, and if I can't, if I'm kind of sitting here waiting on something to happen, I may pop in, do a video, just do a recording. That way I don't have to just abruptly end the stream. That way, if anything is just kind of abruptly cut off, it'll be the video. And I can edit that and I don't really find a need to edit it though. I mean, I'm pretty straightforward. Come in, let you know, hey, I gotta jump off here, guys, and then, that's the end of it. If it's a real emergency, then I will end it pretty quickly. If it's not, I'll try to come to a good stopping point. That way I can leave as quickly as possible. And depending on what I'm getting called for, depends on the urgency of me leaving. But I don't have any plans today. I try not to plan anything when the kids have medical stuff. Even work, I will schedule around it because I want to be available if something happens or if I'm needed. That's the great part of being in their lives, is sometimes daddy's got to be there. Because they get scared, they get freaked out, they get, sometimes you got to be there as a security figure and make them feel safe. I mean, even as adults that happens sometimes. You just get that moment where you need that structure to come in and say, hey, it's going to be okay, calm down. I know there's a lot of people that won't admit to that, but it is the truth nonetheless. As you know, when the house caught on fire, it was nice to be able to call and hear my mom and dad's voice. Just them reassuring me that everything was going to be okay. Because I wasn't looking at it that way. It felt like the end of the world to me. And will they be here forever? No. That's when I rely more on my wife and, you know, on myself to talk myself out of those situations. Sometimes your pride gets in the way. Your ego. I have no idea why will our ceiling not? Excuse me, but I need you to cooperate here. I don't want to peel too much. We don't want to gouge. Whoa! Go right into our conveyors. Yeah, see, if I'm going to run a double conveyor system, I don't want it to be very long because it's going to take more power. And right now we have not extended our coal power upstairs, so until we do that, I want to kind of keep it simple. I think it would be great if they extended the power, gave us a little bit more power. I don't know what it would take to do that, or if they even have that in the plans. The coal power is a little bit small. We're trying to run just even the factory off of it. You could probably do a system like this down here off of it, no problem. We'll have to go through and see exactly, once we get this done and set up, we'll go through and see how much we need to set up for that. And see, I like using this machine for the ceilings because it cleans the ceilings off a whole lot easier. I'm trying to think of a color we can paint some of our equipment. I like the blue and black, but I like that variety too, so if you got any ideas, drop it down in the chat. Let me know. And we can do some experiments, see if we like them or not. What color would you like a machine to be? And no, I don't worry about losing a whole lot of material here. I really don't think you're losing that much. And there's no reason to sit here and worry so much about that. If you're worried about it, awesome. That's your thing. But I'm not going to sit here and stress on losing a little bit of material. We are not running out of ore anytime soon. And remember guys, if we don't find the ore we're looking for under here, we're going to bridge across where I know where some is. And then we will have to keep exploring and see how it goes. See if we find more of it. And we'll go from there as far as whether or not we mine it out or do like another tunnel system type of thing. I imagine I'll do some kind of a conveyor setup just because I'm playing by myself, just to make it easier. That doesn't mean we won't haul anything. We can still haul it. I'll just have to set it up where it's goes into like a hopper, and then we'll fill the trucks up that way. It's a little less time consuming. Alright, at least I guess. It seems that way sometimes. We are trying to plan another trip down to the other house rather soon. We've got to get some cameras put up down there and try to catch who is trespassing and breaking into our house. So that's kind of an urgent matter. But if I go down there, I want to get some work done too, so we're going to make a day of it. I'm not just going to run down there to hang cameras. Because I would rather go down there and get stuff done than have to sit here and keep calling the sheriff's department, waiting for them to show up, having to go through everything, write out a report. It takes so much freaking time. And that's what happened to us the other day. My wife's car broke down, the alternator went out on her way down there. She was following me. And we got down there and somebody had kicked the back door in. So we had to get a hold of the sheriff's department, wait for them to come out, go through everything, see if we see anything missing. And then we had to do a report, and then I had to spend a bunch of time trying to fix her car. Well, because these beautiful engineers set it up where it's so easy to work on, you know. So we really didn't get anything done this last trip down there. Not like we planned. I was able to get some vines and bushes and stuff removed, but it wasn't enough to be a productive trip. And it's like $100 every time we gotta run down there, especially with the equipment or any of the trucks. Her car's not so bad. It does pretty good, but still, you know. Try not to waste, you know. I mean, going down there this time, I wouldn't necessarily call it a waste because we were able to figure out that somebody is in fact trespassing. They are breaking into our stuff, and they are stealing things, so I guess in a way that's productive. It sucks. And it looked like, you know, once they figured out that the wiring in the attic was absolutely not worth getting because it's all burnt and charred, and then that's when they decided they were just going to grab whatever they could possibly grab and run out the door, it looked like. So who knows? They might be back to get the wiring they can get their hands on, but I'm hoping they don't come back till we get down there and get the cameras put up, because I would like to catch who it is. We don't have a whole lot of stuff down there that's really valuable. We brought most of that back with us, so. It's literally just someone looking for their next fix. It's like, you know, they're not stealing anything of importance. It's just little stuff they can make a few bucks off of. Like a microwave, a used microwave. I mean, come on, you might get 25 bucks out of it. Hey, thanks for the follow, Zoe. Appreciate that. Welcome. That kind of sucks too, because I have a bigger turnout at nighttime when I stream than I do during the day, but maybe that'll change for us. I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. Thank you for being here. I try not to pay attention too much to how many's watching and coming and going, because, well, y'all have a life too, so. And it's not the end of our night streams. I have insomnia, so. Our schedule kind of jumps around now and then. I can't guarantee how tired I'm going to be tonight. I'm still recovering from this flu, cold, whatever it is. It's like I have a cold that won't go away. I can't get rid of the cough, and it's so bad it gives me a headache, so. Hey, Big Mike, how are you? You're doing pretty good. How are you? I was just explaining to everybody about our little thief that we've got down there at the new house. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but we're gonna get some cameras put up so we can verify who it is. I've got a good idea, but I want to prove it. And I took their little hiding spot out too, so, you know, now I'm sure they're going to be pleased about that. The place was kind of neglected before we got it. There was a bunch of vines and stuff down the side of the driveway growing on a fence line. And then there was bushes and stuff mixed in and all that, so yeah, I took all that out, so now they're not just going to pull in the driveway and be able to hide. Oh, I know. And they're not taking anything of value. I mean, it's stupid petty crap. Like, they took a used microwave, for crying out loud. Like, a quick $10, $15 maybe. I mean, you might get 20, 25 tops, but like, they didn't seem like they were there for that kind of stuff. They were there trying to get wiring and stuff. So I highly doubt they're just going to take the microwave and sell it. They're probably going to take it home and strip it out. And then they'll take that to the scrapyard. Because they gave up getting the wiring out of the house. You can see where they pulled it down through the living room, through the attic access, and then they went to the other breaker boxes in the house and was trying to pull wires out of that. And it's like they just gave up on it, took some pots and pans and a microwave and left. Like, and it looks like they were trying to pull the wiring out of the attic vent from the outside. And I don't want to give people the wrong impression. It's not like they just took their foot and kicked the door in. But they definitely were able to pry the door open. Because the lock, like the door handle was still locked. And the other lock was still in the lock position. So they were able to pry the door away from the door frame and get the door open. But they know what they're doing because they didn't damage the door frame when they done it. So it was kind of weird. Yeah, the sheriffs got there and they're like, is there anything missing? I said, I don't know. I haven't went in there yet. I mean, as far as I know, there could be somebody in there. You know, I was raised not to touch anything until you all got here. Like, I didn't expect them to come out, you know, dusting for fingerprints and stuff. They're too lazy to do that, but, like, still. I ain't touching nothing. I want you all to see what I seen when I, you know, because I thought out front it was a little weird. You could tell there'd been some high winds through there and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, well, maybe the wind, you know, moved something. But once I seen the back door standing wide open, I guess they were trying to get under the house. Like, they removed stuff that I had supported, like the crawl space. I had a board sitting up there covering the crawl space with cinder blocks leaning against it. You would have to have a pretty strong wind to move that, you know. And it was laying out in the yard. And I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe the wind caught it, pulled it out of there. Okay. You know, walk around the back of the house and the back door standing wide open. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're not looking at some wind here. The wind didn't open our back door. There's no way. But the stuff they took is so petty. It's ridiculous. Like the chinaware they took, I mean, yeah, it's collector stuff, but it was like well hidden. So they definitely went in there going through cabinets and things like that. But they left an expensive ladder in the back room. Like, you know what I mean? It just, there's so much out of place about this. Like, they were definitely there on a mission. we picked up. We're gonna go put cameras up, and hopefully they haven't been back yet. I'm hoping they don't come back, but in a way I do, because I want to catch them. But we're putting cameras up, and we will know as soon as somebody is there. And we can't turn the power on, so we haven't been able to go put up, an actual security system yet. Right. Well, it's not even that heavy of a ladder either. It's just one of them kind of cheapy aluminum extension ladders. I left it down there, so we had one down there. I didn't have to keep dragging a ladder back and forth. And I don't know. It was weird. I'm gonna go board the back door up. I didn't have the tools with me to do it while we were there. I'm gonna board the back door up so they can't just get in it. They're gonna have to bust a window or something next time. Which sucks, because I'm asking for more damage, but I'm not gonna sit here and keep making it easy for them either. The best assumption I can come up with, it is some kind of druggie that's trying to get what they can get to get a fix. In most cases down here, that's what it is. If it's not that, then it's somebody you know. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. That was my first impression when I seen what they were after. And like, we knew there was somebody definitely messing around down there when we first got the place. But, this person showed up and we made sure that, our presence was known. But I'm pretty sure it's the same person, or at least somebody this person knows, that seems to think it's okay to keep coming back. And I'm going to make it fully aware that they're not. I'll be staying down here before long. That's why I put the post out that I put out about the streams. Because me staying down there, I may or may not have internet. I may or may not have the streaming stuff down there, because I'd have to disconnect all this desktop stuff, take it down there with me, get set up. There's a lot of variables that may come into that, so I may not have streams for a while. But that's not going to be for probably another, I don't know, probably 2-3 weeks out. Maybe a little longer. It just depends on how things work out for me. As I'm going to go stay down there to get some work done. We got to clean all the burnt stuff out of the house, and I've got fencing I've got to do. There's all kinds of things we got to do down there before we can actually get moved down there. So I think if we can get it set up for the animals to be down there, we're just gonna potentially set up a camper down there. And we've talked about just going ahead and moving down there. But that's if we can get the animals down there, so. Yeah, streams are going to be a little sporadic. And, I mean, I don't know. I might share that side of my life with everybody. I may bring y'all on board with me. Just kind of keep you updated on what I'm doing and stuff like that. Obviously, I've got to keep some privacy. That's why I don't share my other channels that I have. Anybody that knows me knows I have a private channel outside of this, but I've also got a business channel and things that I'm not sharing here for obvious reasons. And there's a lot of channels that do have more than one channel, so. Maybe our streams will just change a little bit, and I'll bring you all in, just kind of let you see what I'm doing down there. Be a little something different. I haven't tried going live from my phone yet, but I can figure something out. Maybe I can do some videos or something. I can post them up for y'all to see. We'll see what happens. I'll probably be doing a lot of brush hogging and getting fencing put up, and I have a little bit of work to do to the barn still, things like that. Now, I have no idea, and to be honest, I really don't care. I hate to be that way, but things blew up out of proportion when I asked for some things to stop. Because it was kind of making me look bad, and oh, here we are. He's either made a new channel or he's privately streaming to the ones he wants to keep around, so I don't know what he's doing, and I don't care. It was to the point I contacted a lawyer, so I'm not putting up with it. And there's several videos out there where I was attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked just for asking, simply asking for some comments to stop being made about me. And I've collected all that for the attorney, and that's where that stands. They're not welcome in this channel or any of my other platforms. I'm not putting up with it. I'm hoping here soon I can address some personal affairs with him and be completely done. He's made me out to look like a thief and a liar and all kinds of things, so. I try not to put my personal business out there, but he let my wife and I have some money, and I told him that the only way I would do it was to pay him back. He's told me not to worry about it numerous times to get our new house set up and everything, but I'm not doing that. I'm not a thief. I never have been, I never will be, and I don't appreciate being called one. I have the text message I sent to him that proves that the only communication I wanted was about that money. Outside of that, I don't want any communication with him. He sat there and tried to apologize while calling me a liar on his live stream. I don't want an apology. It means nothing to me. You don't apologize and then sit there and continue calling somebody a liar, so. He got mad because I wouldn't jump on and go through hours and hours and hours of stuff to prove what I was talking about, because I had to run my wife to the hospital. So, I mean, I'm not doing the childish stuff. I mean, they were sitting here stalking my channel, stalking Discord, just so they could go back and twist the narrative to fit their own narrative, and I'm over it. I'm done. I've got to charge my headphones. Ah, thank you, Jorgen LB. Appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. We're just opening up a cavern under here where we've been tunneling. So that I can kind of center the hoppers in one room here. No, you're all right. You know, and I'm not trying to get anybody to turn against him or anything else. I'm just that's just what happened. You know, he sat there numerous times making it look like I'm pissed off at him all the time over stupid stuff, and that's exactly what happened this last time. He was in here helping me, and his game started glitching and stuff, and he had to leave and wasn't able to fix the road up there. He texted me asking if I was mad at him, and I said no. Why would I be mad at you? You know, and he does this all the time. It was nonstop. You know, there's several times, and that's all it was. I was like, look, man, you've got to quit making people think that I'm mad all the time. People's going to stop wanting to try to join me and play with me because they're going to think I'm going to get mad at them over stupid stuff. That's all I asked. And then I got attacked for it. And it was F you and F this and don't know what you're talking about. And no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know, I had already had some issues with Daniel saying some things that I asked him to address. That is his stream. It's not my place to address that. And it didn't stop. You know, and I flat out said, it can either stop or we can just take care of our personal affairs and be on our separate ways. I'm just not putting up with it anymore. And, well, that's what happened. You know, he tried to say that it was over, you know, and we hadn't talked for days and all this, that, and the other. Well, I don't know how many times I had text messages ignored. I don't know how many times I was in his chat and didn't even get recognized that I had said anything for, you know, 5-10 minutes, and then he didn't even know what I was talking about when he finally seen it. Like, we're not going to sit here and blame the communication. There was no call for it. And he's all the time on the phone with Daniel. How am I supposed to talk to him? He doesn't check his messages. How is it my fault? How am I angry at him because I mean it just doesn't even make sense. And then he, you know, brought my wife into it. I'm sorry, you're not going to start attacking my wife and talking about my wife. That's not okay for anybody. I don't care who you are or who you think you are. My wife didn't have anything to do with any of it. So yeah, you're dang right. I'm gonna start taking stuff personal. I've got all the videos. I've downloaded everything. I've got it all, and I can legally take him to court. So that's why I gave them the option. They could either stop now. This can be dropped and left alone, or we can continue making it a legal matter. I mean, that man has me on alert because he has a lot of personal information. He was sharing text messages with people that I don't know. I don't know what information he was sharing. That's not okay. If he's going to make the world believe that I'm a thief and stole from him, how do I know he doesn't have somebody following me? I mean, Pro was supposed to be a known hacker. How do I know he's not got something planned for that? You know, I have no idea. I have no choice but to be on alert. I have to watch everything. I mean, I had to tell my kids to make sure that they were, you know, safe and aware of their surroundings. My wife was aware of her surroundings. Like, I mean, it's sickening. It really is. I mean, I dealt with that negativity and let it slide and didn't say nothing. I tried to be nice and play games with him, and I mean, we were somewhat friends outside of the stream. We would talk and, you know. I'm not the one who violated trust. I'm not the one who violated loyalty, as he wants to bring up. You know, it was almost like he was trying to control the narrative on this channel. I mean, look at the games he bought just to get me to play them. I mean, even the right there toward the end of where all this went down, it was, I shouldn't be playing the game that I was playing. I should have been playing over there with him, playing that game. I mean, I'm sorry, this is my channel. I'm gonna play what I want to play when I want to play it. I mean, and it's all because I asked hey, quit telling people that I'm mad at you, especially when I personally text you telling you I wasn't mad at you. I mean, Like, yes, to me, you are bashing my name. You're bashing my reputation. And with him, you know, supporting my channel like that, yes, people are seeing that. People are hearing that. I wanted to do, you know, community. I wanted to invite people in to play with me. And now I'm leery on whether I should do that or not. I'm here to have fun, not sit here and be negative all the time and tear a game apart, and you suck the fun out of it, man. You know, it's just like this. It's got problems. Yes, it does. But you don't see me up there running the dozer all the time because the dozer gets on my nerves. It does things that maybe we think it shouldn't do, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and... Oh, there's a van going down the road. Hush! There's a van going down the road. But, you know, I'll go use the dozer when I need it. But I'm not going to sit here and do it for 6 hours and then bitch about it. The entire time. Like, come on, man. I was getting tired of it. And then just because I decided I didn't want to play, now all of a sudden I'm mad at you. I must be mad at you. Like, come on, man. And this last time he said it, it wasn't said in a joking manner. I mean, I've been watching the man and known the man for over a year. I know when he's joking. I mean... He says the same thing about Daniel all the time. When Daniel don't talk to him, don't answer his calls or call him or text him back or... But Daniel's not out here streaming either. Daniel's not jumping in games and playing with us. I mean, there's... Like I said, I got tired of it, man. And that's why I'm trying to get back to enjoying these games again and looking at them in a more positive light. You know, I mean, yes, this game has problems and everybody knows it. But I don't need to sit here and broadcast it every single time I play it. I mean, if you don't like the game that much, quit playing it. You know, it's just like Farm Sim. I mean, for crying out loud. If you don't like it that much as you got to complain for 12 hours, just stop playing it. It's not fun when you're sitting here just listening to somebody complaining about it all the time. I mean, if Out of Ore and Giants actually heard the stuff he says about them, they'd have a heyday with that. That's not just giving a bad review. That's not just a personal opinion. You cannot say your intentions are to support the game when you talk about it the way he does. And they're not going to take it that way either. Sorry, guys. Oh, I do apologize. Like I said, this cold or whatever this is has been ridiculous. It's like I went from the flu to a cold I just can't get rid of. And it definitely keeps my energy drained. I mean, there's a lot of things, Mike, that I never said. I kept it to myself. You know, I can go back and a lot of the times that I streamed with him and I didn't have him muted, whether I was on the phone or in the game with him, I had so many less views on my channel during those times than any other time. I mean, it was damaging my channel. I didn't say anything. I kept it to myself. I let it go. Because I enjoyed playing with him. Sometimes you just gotta learn when to call it quits, man. We had a lot of fun together. We did a lot of things together, but I mean, I don't need my profile stalked. I don't need my platform stalked and getting harassed over it. I don't like to sit here and bash anybody. That's not why I became a streamer. I didn't come here to destroy anybody. And do a quick save here. Been playing for a little bit. You know, I do wish him the best. I hope that he keeps streaming. I hope that it works out for him. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm done. I don't want anything to do with it. Oops. this ceiling grid put up here. We should have some more making up there, but I know we're not going to have a whole lot because we are missing iron. Hang on, guys. I got to plug my headphones in here. They're dying. Make it quick there, water buffalo. Alright, hopefully my headphones don't die on me. But if they do, I did get another set, so that way, like the times I go live on Xbox, I got another pair of headphones for that I can use in here too, so. I don't go live in there often, but I'm hoping I can get my son to join us some more on Farming Simulator, and that will allow me and him to communicate a little bit better. If he runs into problems or anything as it was before, he would have to come in here and get my attention, tell me, hey, where I'm having a problem. Or I'd have to go in there and figure out what was going on, so. And I got a new keyboard. For any of you that were wondering, I was finally able to get a new one. So there's no more shift button sticking. I've just got to get used to this controller because this keyboard is, the keys are a lot different as far as how they interact when I push them. The other one was like, I don't know, stiffer, I guess. This one's a whole lot softer, so I'm looking into a new mouse too. I'm always looking for ways to try to improve. It just makes a better experience for you and for me. I'm telling you, that shift key sticking was about to get on my nerves. Yeah, it made stuff like working on this game so much harder. Because you got to press shift to do, you know, certain adjustments, and it's like, it made digging difficult, and you know, I can't get mad at the game for that. It wasn't the game's fault. That was an equipment failure on my part. Alright, we are getting this ceiling covered, guys. Yeah, it was aggravating, Mike. Like I'd press the shift key, but it wouldn't engage. So I'd have to let off of it and press it again. It was so annoying. So I'd end up like gouging when I wasn't trying to gouge because I couldn't make the adjustment I needed with the bucket. Oh yeah, I wasn't beating up my keyboard, but I had to. It was the way I had to press the shift key. It was so annoying. I sat here several times. I was like, "Yep, I bet everybody out there thinks I'm just beating the crap out of my keyboard right now, and I'm not." Yeah, this one's it's kind of more on the gaming side of keyboards, but it's not one of the real fancy smancy style. The other one was one that happened when I had the cat come in here and mess all over my original keyboard and mouse and mess that stuff up. That was just kind of a, we went and bought a cheapie to get me through. So it was kind of one of those, you get what you pay for. Alright, we're out of tiles. And we do need to check fuel in the power over here. Does not sound like they're running because they're out of fuel. Let's fill those back up. Yeah, let's turn them on. Let's get that running. I don't want, we need to turn that on. There we go. Now we can turn that on. Okay, I want to go up and check what we have up there. Where's the truck? There it is. We'll just do it the quick way. Alright, what do we have? See, we're not getting iron because we don't have very much steel. We got gold though. We got quite a bit of gold. Of course, I know we're getting a bunch of gravel, but let's check on our stuff up here, see how it's doing. Let's keep that going. We'll be able to make our cement stuff. Hopefully our water is doing good up there on the hill. We haven't went and checked it. We may do that. So everything is coming through the factory now. Well, we have really got to find some iron because we'll get these rubies and diamonds taken over there here in just a minute. Let's let everything get ran through here. Let's go up here and check on this. This should be making rubber. Yep. This, we got 283 more ceiling tiles. Good deal. Let's take these over. And we'll take these over. And we'll get to making some more. As we have got to make sure that ceiling is secured. Alright, we still have material coming through. It's probably gravel. Nope, I was wrong. We have gold, diamonds, and rubies still coming in. And silicone, look at there, we'll be able to make a bunch more rubber. I am on the search for iron. Which, Big Mike, if you ever want to jump in here with me, I would probably be okay with that. I'm not gonna let what happened ruin, you know, what we had going on. I'm not trying to shut anybody out, especially from over there, but I'm also having a hard time trusting people, if that makes sense. Boy, how much did we must have been out of power for a minute. Do we still have stuff coming in from outside? Holy cow, we do. How much stuff did we have down there? Holy smokes. A lot. Oh boy, we were out of power for a good minute. Oh yeah, it's gonna be running for a while. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and get diamonds and rubies and stuff moved over then. We might as well, because that's gonna be running for a good minute. This was rubies. I'll go ahead and take that one out. We'll go ahead and do another full one. Okay, there we go. There's that. Oh, and then this one. Okay, there we go. There's those. Hey, Mike. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, yeah. We'll be able to sell gold here before long, too. Let's go ahead and take this gravel that we have in here out and top off. And then we'll stick the rest outside. I'm trying not to let this fill up with gravel if at all possible. Let's go ahead and top these off. Shoot, I can't remember if that takes from the, I think that, yeah, that takes from the bottom. So we need that on the bottom. So I like to fill up this left side with material on any of these, and then leave the right side for what we're producing. Okay, well that took everything we had, so we can go out here. Oop. Go out here. I think we're on this one. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some of this, use it up. I'll just go ahead and top everything off while we're up here. So that way this whole side is just, you know, that can be filled up with cement. And then those all should be, see, I'm wanting to add another floor in here so we can set up several more of those, because we have way more than enough gravel coming up here. So oh yeah, Mike, I got your big machine there, buddy. Oop, I did not want those in there. Clicked on the wrong thing there. There we go. I got to get it up on the mountain, but there it is. So my plan here is to eat this mountain back over here. I still gotta fill this in. I need to get a load of dirt or something. So the plan is to open this up, obviously, make this a little bit wider, get our oil set up a little bit better. So this hill, I'm planning on eating it back probably to like right in here. And then I actually have a tunnel system where we could, I don't know how far you're behind on watching here. Our tunnel system comes all the way back. There's 2 lines that run, and it goes all the way up under the mountain under here. So we could set up a let's run back there real quick and I'll show you where it's at. We could run a conveyor system up there to catch anything that comes out of the baggers. I'm still working on power, so this tunnel here, for everybody that's new and watching, this tunnel here I'm planning on bringing power, water, and potentially oil through. So that way we're not congesting all of our tunnel system under here with pipes and things. I still have to get power ran back here. I did have everything set up and running. Okay, so this goes down and connects to the main line that runs into our room over there. It's separated here for power. Come on, get off the merger. If we can get our guy to get on the conveyor, this walk will be so much smoother. There we go. I will show everybody where the tunnel ends so far. We have a lot of materials down through here. I'm planning on using the tunneler and search for materials. So the back side of these tunnels is going to be for the tunneling machine. I did have to subtract a lot of conveyors out of here, but it goes all the way up here where we could open this up huge underneath the mountain here. So if we zoom in, I'm right here under the mountain, and right there is where the bagger is. So it wouldn't be hard to kind of tunnel over and set up a conveyor system where it could drop right down in, and then all of that would run through our tunnel system straight into the factory. So not only can we eat the top of this mountain off, we can be inside underneath the mountain as well. So we have our haul road as well as a tunneling system we can take advantage of to haul materials out of here. And then right down here, let me see where we're at here. Let's see, on that one map we come down with the road, so basically right in this area here. In fact, I think right there is where I'm talking about. There is some iron there. So what we may do is bridge a road across instead of digging a haul road. And then we may put like a haul road down to that point, or we may just ramp down to that point. I don't want to make this map unusable by making a bunch of haul roads like I did on previous maps, because it kind of ruined it. So we're underneath this peak right here is where we're at on our tunnel. So we're under this guy right here. Now everything is set on the same grid as our tunnel. So it's straight in line with where our tunnel comes out over here and lines up with the factory. So let me run everybody through that. Oh, we blasted. I'm not used to this being open yet. Alright, so everything comes this way. Don't worry, don't go too far. It's not long like the other one is. We kind of loop ourselves around here. We come right up and we dump in right where the hoppers come in, right there beside the factory. This dumps right into those conveyors and then runs into the factory. So that's how we have our tunnel set up. Well, this reminds me of driving on a bunch of speed bumps, you know. You ever get on a rough interstate? Let's finish putting our ceiling tiles in here that we have. So far I have not come across any iron under here except for one little spot that we get iron out of. And I'm really wanting to kind of open this room up before I go down another layer. I would like to see if that vein gets any bigger. So that is, where's it at? Right here. So right here is where we're getting iron out of. Now at some point I'm wanting to come in kind of over here and start going down again. Really open this up. And we'll just keep going with it. Let's go over here, finish this out. I have always tried to start with the tunneler and ended up going with front loader. I'm trying not to do that this time. Because I'm wanting to do more of a tunneling system. I do want a main cavern here because if we do get enough people in here, we could potentially use the haul road and haul materials out of here instead of using the conveyors. We could set it up where, you know, we're loading trucks out, hauling out, and then while we're waiting on a truck, we could dump a few scoops in the hopper just to keep production going. So that was kind of the idea of centralizing the hopper. Centralizing the hoppers over there where it goes into the factory. So essentially all this will disappear. That would allow us to continue taking this floor down and seeing what we run into material wise. See if that iron vein gets any bigger. And then, like I said, kind of back further this direction, we can just keep that as a tunnel system where we could conveyor that out. And we could also potentially set that up where we can back trucks in and load it up and haul it out of here. Alright, so we are now ready to head down our tunnel with our roof over here. That's awesome. That's awesome. We can get the ceiling going that direction. Go ahead and finish this side over here out that way. we don't forget and we're not missing anything. I believe we went everywhere there. What the heck is that, man?
Michael, stop it.
Somebody beating on something in there.
Michael. Michael.
Now this here, I'm not sure how far over underneath the factory I want to go. There is coal and stuff. So that's why I didn't bring the concrete all the way down this way yet. And we are going to need coal for power. So that's going to be important for us to mine out also. And I know there's quite a bit of coal available on this map, so we don't have to necessarily get it all from right here. Alright, give me a second. I gotta figure out what to do. Well, your mom has been telling him. I know if I can hear it, they can hear it. Alright. I guess my son must be bored or something, tapping on something. I don't know. He got to be out of school today for fillings. So that's always fun. Fillings never really bothered me much as far as like pain wise. He's kind of a lot like me. He doesn't really, like, we have to watch him to know he's not feeling good. He doesn't really say anything or and when that boy is doubled over crying, we know it's definitely serious. Which thankfully doesn't happen very often. I'm telling you guys, it never fails. Every time I stream, the whales come to drink. Hey, I might as well stick my microphone out there with the horses and let you listen to them drinking. Goodness gracious. And that's the good thing about the new house too, guys, is I'll be a little bit more secluded where I can set up the streaming stuff. If I can get it set up right, it'll be a little bit quieter and less distractions. what the cow was bellowing about. He's being kind of talkative today. It's not feed time. Huh. Okay, there's our ceiling. All right, let's do a quick save here, and we'll continue opening this cavern up. Now we can work on getting our conveyors set up the way we want them, and kind of figure out a game plan for moving forward. Now I may open up the tunneling system a little bit, that way if we need to get loaders back there for some reason, not necessarily these big ones, but if we need to get like a small loader back there for some reason, we could do that. I've got enough room here. We could probably move the hoppers now if we wanted to. But I am thinking about doing a double hopper setup. That way we can also set up a second automated factory. We can run 2 lines, so we're double feeding. Just gets us that much more production going at once. It's something I haven't done on any of my maps. I have always ran the double hoppers into a single line and ran them that way. But if we set up a second story in our factory up there, we can most definitely open up a second automated line up there to run materials through. Now, will we ever have the demand to do that? I don't know. Now, once we open this up and get this initial sealing done, this loader here may not stay here. It can't even fit down our tunnel, so we're going to blast this out. There we go. Now maybe we can kind of stop gouging there a little bit. I haven't worried about it too much because we are going to keep going down with this. We cannot go up because we'll end up breaking through the ground surface. And that's not what we want. The only place I really want to break through to the ground is to bring our pipe down. We will bring the pipe down and we will run it into the factory, just like our conveyors here. So if anything, I may run some pipe along the ceiling. That will most likely be our fuel. I'm not sure if I'm going to run oil up to the factory yet. I'm undecided. We're going to have to build storage and all that up there for all that. So we're going to have to put the liquid tanks and all of that up there too. So, but I want it to be set up that way all of our product is right there at the factory and we're not having to run around the map to find everything. And we'll see if we can get this opened up here before I have to jump off of here. What is today? Today is Wednesday. I don't know. I might be able to keep going. It depends on if the kids go to church tonight or not. If they don't go tonight, I know they will go tomorrow. But nonetheless, I am glad to be here, even if it's just for a little while. I have been missing y'all like crazy. Now, like I said, I've been between being busy, being exhausted, and just my body demanding sleep. It's made streaming a little rough. And I'm not going to sit here and push myself beyond limitations. It's not healthy. I would rather be here and be healthy than be here and be unhealthy. Now, if I was like some of these others that make a living off of this, and this is something I did full time, then yeah, I might consider trying to push the envelope just a little bit. But you've got to know when to take a break. You got to know when to stop. And that is one of the biggest things I've learned in life. You know, I used to push myself so far beyond what I ever should have, and that's probably why I deal with a lot of things I deal with now, because I didn't stop. I didn't take those breaks. I didn't, you know. The world does not support taking a break anymore. It just demands more and more and more and more, and people are just so exhausted all the time. We are getting a lot of pay dirt out of this, and that's okay. Again, I didn't set this up for money to be a problem. I've done other maps that we have done that. We worked our way up. This one, I didn't want money to be a problem. I wanted to join with friends and be able to just enjoy it and not have that money restriction, you know. I wanted this to be a fun environment where you can just come in, you can buy what you want to buy, equipment wise, and obviously there is plenty to do. So basically everything that's going through the factory is kind of a bonus. Just don't get me wrong, there is nothing against the hustle and bustle. We've done it. It's still fun. But the hustle and bustle kind of gets old too. So it's nice to have a variety. And you know, I didn't start off with the biggest machines. I bought the little stuff. I bought a little haul truck, and I bought a little front loader. We bought the small dozer. What I was able to do was get my factory set up without having to worry about money standing in the way. And then we bought the big stuff. I feel like my cough is coming back. I may have to take some more cough syrup. It was so bad this morning, that's why it took me so long to kind of decide to do a stream. It's just, man, I coughed so hard I had a headache. I decided to take a shower, see if that would help loosen some things up, and kind of let the cough syrup take a moment to take effect. And of course, being down there at the new house and disturbing all them vines and bushes and stuff has not helped. That stirs up all kinds of dust and gets the allergies all irritated. Like one of my eyes has been swollen, puffed up for a couple days. Not to the point where it's hard to see or anything. It's just I can feel it. Allergies have not been my friend. Boy, we have really opened this up under here. Wow. But see, now with this open like this, we can tunnel in all kinds of different directions and have a lot of options, especially when we go down another level. So then, like, some of these conveyors and the pipelines and stuff will be above us. We don't have to worry about ramping over them or, you know, trying to finagle around them. Now, once we get this up, you know, open and kind of see more of what we're working with here, we'll know more what direction we can go. We can kind of actually make a plan. So the plan was to get tunneled in. We did that. Now we're opening up this first cavern. That'll be kind of like our main hub. And then we got to figure out which way we're going to go from there. Once we go down, because of the way that the hillside is around us, once we're down far enough, we can literally tunnel in whatever direction we want to tunnel in. So we may just pick a spot and go for it and see what we run into. If it ends up turning into be nothing but rock, then we can come back and choose another spot and go and see what we can find. Right in here, we are pretty much right underneath the bagger systems up here. Okay, so that's where we're at. This is that vein that we see in the floor underneath us. So we went up and scraped the surface up there and got as much of that out of there as we could. Obviously, I don't want to take our ceiling out up here. Oh, down here, I should say. So that's what that little iron vein is right there. And I am really, really curious if we can find more of it underground somewhere without having to go to another spot on the map. And then again, I don't know. We may keep this loader down here for this big opening up section. And then we'll go back to the smaller ones for the rest of our operation down here. I do not have a particular set depth that I'm interested in going. And I don't care if we end up running a tunnel all the way around the map. I mean, what's it gonna hurt, you know? As long as we find materials we can use. That's all that really matters. I mean, we're gonna end up with a lot of gold and diamonds and rubies right now, but I'm hoping we can find other materials again. Like the aluminum and the lithium and especially some iron. That would be fantastic. Looks like we're running into some stone again back here. That might be something I do too. Maybe we take a bagger down there where that iron is in that hillside and just run the conveyors up here into the factory. So what I'm doing right here is I'm trying to get back to the conveyor that runs back there, and that's where we'll stop there. And then I'll probably get rid of that conveyor right there altogether once we get this all opened up, because we'll really have no need for that. That was a separate tunnel, but since we're opening this up, we really don't need that there. So for the tunneler, this is basically 3 layers that we have cut out of here as far as a tunneler goes. It's about 1.5 of these loaders. I guess we could bring a roller down here and pack that in. Smooth it out. I know, I'm probably losing a bunch of material to the concrete right there. That's okay. It's not hurting anything. And we are kind of cutting down right here a little bit more than I want to, but like I said, we're going to take this down anyway. So there's not much point in really worrying about getting it too perfect. My biggest concern is that we're not gouging and we're not bouncing all over the place. So it's more important for it to be smooth right now than worry about our depth. Kind of knocking the ceiling back I mean, really, I'm not too worried about losing the material again because, I mean, yeah, we're going to lose some, but I mean, honestly, this is pay dirt and there's a bunch of it available, so we're not going to run out anytime soon, guys. We may end up having to go over there at that other spot on the map and pick up some iron so we can get steel production going. If we can't find it here soon, so even with our hoppers here, we can just keep building them, you know, taking them down because we have the elevators. So we can bring it up wherever we need it. And we can also use the conveyor belts to raise our elevation if we need to. A lot of options there. Just kind of smooth this out a little bit. It'll make it a little bit easier for us to get a better level cut. It's a little better. That's a little better. Send some more stone up there. Not like we're hurting it. We've got plenty of gravel, that is for sure. Thank you all for the support and being here, checking us out. Appreciate it. Thank you, new subscribers and followers again. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Clean this ceiling out here and get this peeled back. Get this room opened up here. And this will be our main cavern here. And we may make it, you know, quite a bit bigger than this too, so it's, you know, a really good size open cavern. No,
Shut up.
there is nothing for you to be barking at. And that's kind of why I'm not going to worry about, you know, these holes where these hoppers are, because we're going down anyway. If anything, that's kind of a reference point, you know, how far down we went. Yeah, if you guys have any color suggestions on painting the equipment, let me know. I have enjoyed the blue and black theme. If any of you all have a good suggestion out there, we can certainly try it, see if we like it. I do want you all to be as much a part of the stream as possible. Now over on Twitch, you all have stickers and all that stuff available now. I went in and added all kinds of things over there. YouTube, you guys have as much as I can add. I am still looking for some quotes and things that we can add in that you guys can redeem. And maybe we can add some goofy things in it, like the commands. I've been trying to think of some things to add into that. We do have commands. You all could type in, I think it's exclamation point, capital H, I believe there's also one that is W. I'd have to go through and look at them all again, but it's just little commands that you can put in. Like saying hello, what's up, things like that. I haven't really thought of anything good for adding as far as like things I could do. Kind of like activating a hype, if you will. I was thinking about adding something in where, like, kind of like another streamer does for drinks. Maybe we could do that where you could use your points to activate me having like a piece of candy or something, you know. That's stuff I'm thinking about. I haven't been able to implement some of that stuff yet, but it's just fun stuff we can do. I know, I don't have, you know, tens of thousands of subscribers, but that doesn't mean we can't be fun. It doesn't mean we can't have what they have. We do have a goal set of 200 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. That would be amazing. If we get more than that, well, I might just have a heart attack. I mean, I might actually, for once, be speechless. I would like to one day be monetized. And then, depending on how life goes, then, you know, maybe this could be something full-time if I could start getting some revenue from it, you know. Let it support itself. And I'm not talking about from y'all's pockets. I'm talking about like ad revenue or, you know, promotions. I am thinking about trying to get Venmo set up so that if anybody wanted to help the channel out, you would be able to. Right now I'm waiting on them to get my actual business stuff set up before I go trying to do anything for the stream, but I think the next, as far as addition... No! Man! Stop it! I think as far as additions go, I'm wanting to look into like a soundboard type of thing. I do have some noises that I can use. I can change my voice to make it sound funny. I've thought about adding stuff like that in, like rewards and things. So I would have to stop what I'm doing, go in and change it. Like I can make myself sound like an alien or a robot. There's all kinds of things. There's a huge list that I could go in there and make myself sound goofy. But with a, you know, a soundboard type thing, I would be able to control all of that a lot easier and quicker. And I'm also looking for a new webcam with this software where I can actually kind of blur out the background. I don't have to worry about, you know, my kids or anything walking behind me as much. So I'm looking for that stuff as well. So I am looking into some upgrades, guys. It just takes time. And that's why I say I gotta work. You know, my wife has supported us a little bit here and there. But you know, I've got to work so we can keep this stuff going. Because I've got to pay for subscriptions and stuff like that to have some of the fun stuff that we have made available to you. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Nothing I can do about it. if you've ever had a cold that you just can't get rid of, but that's what this feels like. I wake up so stopped up and can't breathe in the mornings. And there's a lot of times that's how I go to sleep. Well, we have almost got this opened up. Now, I would have jumped on yesterday, but it was kind of hectic yesterday. I had to go deliver materials yesterday, and I ended up having a mess with my truck. Ugh, that was so gross. I had to add some hydraulic fluid to my dump reservoir, and they tell you to fill it up to like an inch below the surface, like the top of the tank. Yeah, don't believe that, let me tell you. I ended up making such a mess at the parts store, it wasn't funny. Like, I had to go in and ask them for basically cat litter to go out and clean up the parking lot where, like, at least a gallon's worth of hydraulic stuff just went all over the place. It was awful. So that's how my morning started out. And then I had to sit at the quarry for like ever because they're stupid busy. I don't know what they got going on, but they are hauling some massive rock out of there. And then I had to deliver it, and then came back home and just kind of got busy. I had to run business cards and all kinds of things to places because I got contracts with them, and well, I didn't have business cards at the time, so I had to run those out. So, and by the time last night came around, yeah, I ended up going to sleep. Today, we'll see. We might come back live later. I'm not going to make any promises. You all know that. I did take a nap today, so hopefully that'll allow me to stream later. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm happy that you all are here and I got to have at least a couple hours with you if we don't stream later this evening. And that has been the reason why we haven't been back over to join our friend neighbor over there. His schedule is much different than ours. Being in Australia, it's a very different time zone. So, you know, when I end up sleeping at night, that's when he's live, so I can't always catch him playing so that we can go over there and continue that. I was definitely having fun over there. We just have a little bit more until we're back here in this corner. And that is awesome. So that'll at least be our goal met for the day. We'd kind of sit in a weird angle there, wouldn't we? Yep, so we don't have too much more to open up, and we've got this whole thing right where we need it to be. I'm just using the one hopper. Did we ever try to get that 100 down here? Didn't we try that? I don't even have one. Did we sell all that then? I could have swore I had one. Yeah, this guy. Did we try to get this down here yet? See, I don't know if we have enough room for it to be down here or even fill it. I think it's probably too close to the roof. I mean, out here it wouldn't be. But I mean, how many scoops until it's full, you know what I mean? Like, is this gonna really be worth trying? I mean, instead of making 50 trips back and forth, is this gonna be like a one scoop and we're full kind of thing? Whoa, easy. I gotta get lined up here. Well, looks like we might be able to get a couple scoops in there. Doesn't sound like it though. It sounds like we got some stuff falling somewhere. It looks like it's going to be like a 2 scoop and we're full kind of thing. But I mean, there's 2 scoops in one trip instead of 2. Easy now. Let's pull forward a little bit more. Oh, there we go. See, we're kind of, space for dumping is not Okay. What on earth did we do here? Yeah, we messed that up. Yeah, we don't have enough room to dump the truck, so... That's okay. We tried, right? I mean, we could use a smaller haul truck, but it's going to be like a one scoop and done. Now, if we move the hopper over here, we would have room to dump it, but then what's the point? Because we can just pretty much back this up, turn around, and we're right there at the hopper, so, you know. At that point, we wouldn't need a truck. That's okay. We'll eat this corner out of here. Once we take this down, we can use a truck, though. Because we'll have the height to dump it. And that may be the truck that we used to haul up to the factory, too. Because it is small. It can fit in here, and we'll still haul a decent little amount of material at a time, you know. I'll just about try anything once. Oh, and I forgot to start that poll too I talked about last time. That's gonna get y'all's opinions. I bet we're filling back up with gravel up there again. And thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your support. Greatly appreciate you. The channel appreciates you. Yeah, it looks like we might have to dynamite that out again. Right there at the end, too. Right there at the end. Maybe the floor's just what's solid. 'Cause I know a lot of that upper part should be pretty soft because we already blasted through there when we took the tunnel through there, so. Looks like it's, yeah, it's just the floor. That's okay. I gotta figure out how we're gonna ramp down too, because like I had an idea. But that's why I really wanted to open this up and kind of see what we're working with. And kind of go from there. It's like, do we do a ramp off to the side? Do we do one just kind of right in the middle? That's what I'm looking at. Helps if you hit the ashtray. Yes, I'm a smoker. I smoke cigarettes, not drugs. Not that I have nothing against it. I just don't. I used to. I don't anymore. I used to be a pothead. Looks like we've potentially ran out of fuel again. Sure did. But I used it more medicinally than I did as a recreational thing. It kind of helped with my insomnia. It helped with anxiety. Get these big bumps out of here. That'll help us. It ain't perfectly smooth or flat, but we don't have them big bulges in there now. So that's a good thing. I need to set like a timer or something to watch those generators. We're going to have to expand our factory a bit anyway, so we can set up more coal power up there. Yeah, I feel like this cavern's a little bit small still for kind of what I'm looking at. The image I have in my head. I feel like we need to go back, you know, this direction just a little bit more. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just kind of open this up a little bit, you know. And that would give us the opportunity to ramp down the side. Or we could go like kind of like right here in the middle. I don't want to interfere with our hoppers if we can help it. But that would allow us to continue mining off to the side and kind of around our ramp if we did it that way. So if we do one off to the side and we want to go around it, then we're going to end up with a really big cavern. And that's not really what I had planned for this. But I could definitely use some people up top mining material, helping manage the factory. Hi Aiden, how are ya? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. We've about got this opened up over here. And I can get rid of the second hopper over here, and that gets set up there. That will actually allow us to use power elsewhere in our tunnel. Because once we get rid of a lot of this, it should cut down a lot of our power as well. So we'll see where we stand power-wise. Oh, I'm doing good. Still have a bit of a cold I'm trying to get rid of, but between a cold and allergies, other than that, I can't complain. Doing pretty good. I'm gonna be playing How to Catch a Thief in Real Life here very soon. Got that to contend with. Not here, but the new place. The new house. Trespassing, breaking and entering. Yeah, they're not going to be happy when I catch them. Do what? Sorry for the second in. What do you mean, bud? And everybody watching, in case you have left early before, I do try to find a link to put down in the chat for anybody that I see that is live. Because obviously we're not monetized and all of that, so it's hard for me to do a raid. The Twitch, I still haven't got used to how to do a raid over there, but if you're patient with me, I will try to get you all over to somebody live. Just want to put that out there. I'm not saying we're ending right this second, but I do try to find somewhere for y'all to go. But it takes me a minute to get the links copied and pasted into the chat, so. Oh boy. Our ceiling wants to be complicated over here. Okay. I got something for you. I got something for you. You want to be complicated? Okay. Have it the hard way. I tried to do it the easy way. You didn't want to cooperate, so let's do it the hard way. I think we have the length on this cavern, we just need a little bit more width. No idea what the driveway camera's having a cow about. I didn't see anybody go by. And once we get this done, we can run up there and see what we've got up there. And see what we can sell, see what we can get in production. Obviously, we haven't really come across much on the iron side of things, or copper, or, you know. But we will definitely see what we got going on up there. Up top. And then we will figure out a game plan for down here. Because so far down the tunnels we have tunneled, I haven't really come across anything significant. We have a couple coal veins. Other than that, we've got a lot of rock. A lot of rock. So we'll get this cleaned up here. We'll get our ceiling cleaned up where we can come in and get more ceiling panels put up. If we can't find the iron to make them, I guess we'll just have to buy them. I really wanted to make them, but what can you do, you know? I didn't really want to have to stretch out across the map yet, but I suppose if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. I don't really have to use the hopper here. I could be dumping it in the conveyor belt, but if you're not careful, you can make a mess. Oh, we filled that up quick. I didn't think there was that much material right in that little hump there. I thought that was going to be at least a couple scoops to get his full bucket. That's alright. I ain't mad about it. Let's see if we can get this kind of cleaned up a little bit here. There we go. All the way up underneath our conveyor. And then we'll come clean up that ceiling a little bit. Let's see, this down here, we're going to have to connect some dynamite to and just clean the ceiling up under here. I'm okay with that. That's not a biggie. We didn't really have room to get this big monster under here. Let's see, I can come right up here and we can go right into the conveyor, but like I said, you got to be careful. If not, you can make a mess. And then you're having to scrape the floor again. So, I mean... See there, we're making a mess. Yep, see there? I'm piling up on the floor a little bit. And we may just have to put some ceiling panels in there and then just clean it up with dynamite too. I'm okay with that. There, that's pretty easy. I mean, we are blowing a pretty good hole in the ceiling above us, but
Yo! Rusty, come here.
it's easy enough to clear that up. And those don't really bother me that much. I mean, if it was caving in and making a mess or something like that, I'd probably be a little bit more worried about it, but see, now we don't need all this. This will allow us to make this wider and open this up a bit more. Give our cavern a little bit more girth. All right. This will also cut down on our power consumption. There's just that many less conveyors we're running. Now here we'll have to see, I did this so we could tunnel that direction, but we could get rid of this merger potentially. Yeah, that's going to allow us to continue taking that wall back. I'm kind of thinking at least back this far, maybe a little bit further back. Not this, you know, a huge extravagant amount, but you know what I mean, just open it up. And then we can have room to build our ramp structure in here, unless we do it with without doing concrete or something like that. Which will be a little bit more difficult, but it can be done. Okay, it looks like we do not have anything running into the factory. And it doesn't look like we have anything running through the factory. Oh yeah, look at that. Ruby, diamond, got a bunch of that. We can sell this gold. Look at there. 2 big things of gold. Another small one started there. And there's rubies. Okay, all the rest of this looks like gravel. Okay. Well, we'll have enough rubies to... Holy smokes. Hey, neighbor, how are you, buddy? Man, I've been missing you. Just more life getting in the way, you know. Okay, diamonds. Let's go ahead and do that again. And there we go on that. All right, gold. So for 9,999, we are selling that for 1,469,853, and we'll do that twice. Awesome. So pay dirt does pay off. You gotta move a lot of it, yeah, but it does pay off. Let's see how we're doing on our ceiling panels. Looks like we have 256 more that we can go put up. That's awesome. What are we missing? We're missing steel rods. Okay, I know we have a few. We don't have a lot, but we have a few. We've got to find iron, like really bad. See, we've only got 72. Go ahead and take the beams over there. We'll go ahead and take these over there. Yeah, because we're not getting iron. We just don't have anything. Just don't have anything. So that may be our next venture if we can't find it underground here in our tunnel system under here. We're going to have to go down the hill here where I know where it's at. And then we may have to look for it somewhere else. It's down the hill down here. Kind of in this valley, more or less, is a decent little iron deposit. So it's a little ways. We come down this way. I'll show you guys where it's at here. Like I said, we may build a road over here to it. It's right here in this hillside, kind of right below the factory here. There's a good deal of iron right here in this hillside. So what we could do is come across and down here to it. Like I said, I don't want to do a lot of the haul road type stuff, just because I ruined a map before doing that. So we may just build our road instead of dozing a bunch of stuff out, because I don't want to ruin the map by doing that. Now I know there is some more material up in this direction. I know there's a lot of coal down here. We know that. I would have to go through and retest some of these spots and see what they are, to be 100% sure. There is a vein that runs across there, it looks like, but coming down here, see on that one map I had started building a big house over here. We cut a big haul road in here, and it caused a lot of glitching and things like that, but right over here in this hillside right here as a lot of material that we can get. Got good coal deposits and things like that here on this hill right here. So we can get over here and we can mine out what we can mine out over here. That's not a problem. But that's going to take us over there a good little ways. You can see the valley where we were, where we're standing right now. But there is iron right nearby, so if we have to, that's what we'll do. Like I said, once we take our cavern down a little bit deeper, we can tunnel out that direction more, and we can tunnel in that direction more. We can also go pretty far that direction, at least till we run into the end of the map, you know. So we've still got a pretty good size area here that we can search for ore underground. The reason I haven't went too deep right here is because I don't want to just daylight out. It does drop right over there. But I don't know if we're deep enough to not daylight out, you know, pretty quickly, because we're just ground level right there. So I mean, we could potentially daylight out over here. So once we take this down a little bit more, we should be able to tunnel quite a ways. And then of course we got to get a big bagger up there so we can finish eating that mountain off. And that's always something we could do too, is like I was saying earlier, run a conveyor up so that the bagger has something to feed into. Because we're underneath this mountain right here right now. For our tunnel, and our bagger's working right here, chipping away at that ridge. So we could flatten this mountain off fairly quickly using the baggers up here, especially that big one. We might have to build a bigger platform up there for it to sit on. Because I don't know if we have enough room up here for that massive bagger. Platform may not be wide enough. No. Definitely not. So yeah, we'd have to make this a little bit bigger. And then instead of selling dirt and pay dirt, we can send it to the factory. As I can go at the end of our tunnel down there, and I can come up, and we'll see where it comes out at, and then we can connect it over here, and that'll send it straight down to the factory down there, where it will separate out and sell the dirt and process the pay dirt. And then of course whatever other materials we may run into up here, the factory will process that out too. Which is another reason why I'd like to add on to the factory, add another animated line, and of course add our power and get our water and fuel and all that running over to the factory also. So everything will be at the factory. Now, running a conveyor up here, I don't know. We may end up just attaching a bunch of hoppers together and running it. That way we don't have to keep moving conveyor belts and stuff like that for the hopper to, or the bagger to feed into. So we can get this little guy out of here. And where is the big boy? Where is it at? 695, is that right? This one? Yep. Okay, so we have some blocks in our inventory. Let's go ahead and see if we can make this a little bit bigger. We can get that bagger put up here. At least until we can get a flat surface for it to sit on, you know. Gotta do what we gotta do. Oops. We may just go ahead and take it over there and we'll just kind of work back and forth, or maybe we can have a couple of them up here. Chipping away at this. We need to see how much water we have and see if we can make some more blocks instead of having to buy them. We have definitely got to have a big enough platform or we won't be able to get that big thing up here. I don't know if Mike is still with us, but thank you very much for your work that you put in chipping away at this. Okay, let's get rid of this and let's see just how much more room we need for this to sit up here. Come closer. Come closer. Of course, it never does sit right where you'd like it to. Let's see what happens right there. Oh yeah, it's up here all right. We may have to take out that little bit that's sticking out in our top there. Which this would be okay if it sat this way. You just turn the chute the goes away. Yeah, we'll have to get rid of that little bit that's sticking out there so it's not messing with our tracks, but we should be able to, whoa! We should be able to perform nonetheless. So let's clear this off here. I guess there's a whole lot more than what I thought there was. Goodness gracious. That's a big old chunk. Okay, there we go. Now, that should be able to kind of track back and forth on here. We can definitely make this wider. There we go. Now we shouldn't really run out of room for chewing away this first portion here. It's not real wide. We'd have to start going that way, and I think as long as we ran the bagger right, you could get a pretty level spot to continue that way. And then we'll have room to bring up our hopper as well, so we can connect all this and get it ran down to the factory. We just gotta figure out where our tunnel's at underneath that. Won't be too hard to do. But oh yeah, we should be able to walk this way quite a ways without worrying about running out of room. We can go ahead and continue this over. So when we need to, we can track closer. Obviously with that massive arm it'll be a while, but I mean while we're here doing it, why not? Why not? So I know with that thing we are going to be moving a massive amount of material. It might be slow, but you move a ton of material. I mean, oops. Get ourselves out of the hole there. And we'll just do like we're kind of doing down there in the tunnel. We'll just keep chipping this away a little at a time. We don't need to take this down extravagantly far, but I think as long as if we went down to about where the loader is there, maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, I don't see why not. And then see if we came across here. I'm just curious where we would end up on that bridge if we were able to just walk right across here. Hey, you were told to quit. See, that's going to be the great thing about the new house too, because I can put them outside and they can bark at whatever they want, however long they want. They can get their energy and their barking out. We just don't have the space here. I mean, I could fence off this other side over here where they couldn't get out of the fence, but that's like another $700 just to do that. No! I don't know what cat they're after, but
Come here. Come here. Oh, get started.
it was a whole lot further than what it looked like. It really didn't look like these were that far apart. We're almost there. I don't know if we're gonna have enough blocks, guys. We're not gonna make it. I don't know, what do you think? Like 10 more? I mean, we can buy that, can't we? There's nothing wrong with that. We'll go see how much water we have and see if we can start making them. I'm not going to do that just for this. Come on, there we go. That is a pretty big gap. That gap is way more than what it appears. Yeah, see, that would allow us to take that mountain peak off. I mean, if we make the bridge wide enough for that to cross, then we just build a platform over there. We don't have to build the platform all the way across. That'd be a little silly. But I think that would work. I think it's gonna work. You see now, we pull up a little bit. And spin this out. Shaboom. And then we get this turned. Or she don't turn real fast. And we're definitely going to have to scoot over to the edge some more. Because we are way too close. Let's see if we can get her turned over here.
I have more, but I think that's all you got.
Okay, so we can build hoppers out off of this.
Come on.
And
Good job.
maybe until we get conveyor set up to the tunnel, we could do a hopper system that goes down and gets loaded out into some trucks. And we actually utilize the haul road. I know once we get this turned over here, we can just kind of work back and forth here.
Is that thing you dig into the mountain?
Yeah. Digs a lot of material at once.
Oh, I was just curious.
It's not the fastest machine in the world, but
It works.
it does move an extravagant amount of material at once. So what it lacks in speed, it makes up for in moving material.
Awesome. I'm going to go get the gobies. General sews with everything, right?
Oh my goodness, we're almost there, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, we made it to the edge. Alright, there we go, guys. So now we'll just kind of work back and forth, and we'll keep taking the peak off of this. We can bring some hoppers out here at the end, and that'll get us going on the top side. But our tunnel series is not over with. We will continue that. But I think I am going to call it quits for today. Guys, I greatly appreciate y'all tuning out. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Give me just a second and I will see who is live. See if we can find somebody for you to go see. For YouTube, if you are interested in watching some Bellwright, it looks like Split in Two is playing Bellwright over there. I can try to find somebody doing Out of Ore if y'all would like. Let's see. I don't know which one. I'll send y'all to this one. If y'all want to check the chat, we'll send you over to Split. Twitch, give me just a second. Let me see if I can figure this out again. Ain't got nobody there anyway. Y'all already gone, so. Alright. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. Like I said, possible stream tonight. So, appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.
Gaming Dakota is the place to be. Kick back, press start, just you and me. Speed runs, fails, and those clutch king plays. Laugh so hard we forget the days. Pull up a chair, you're part of the crew. Type in the chat, we're waiting on you. Every new face feels like one of us. Hit that button, come level up. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the fun. We're here for the laughs, not the fame, just the run. Please like and subscribe, comment, share, let it show. Gaming Dakota, that's how we grow. Hey, Gaming Dakota, that's how we grow. Late night lobby and the squad logs in. Win or lose the match, we still call it a win. Inside jokes rolling with the stream. From one small raid to a big team dream. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the fun. We're here for the laughs, not the fame, just the run. Please like and subscribe, comment, share, let it show. Gaming Dakota, that's how we grow.